Hi guys, Roxanne here from Tiny Home Living. It is a cold, windy fall day and I just got some work done inside, did the most treacherous thing I can do these days and had a shower, and I'm going to go out to the tiny house now and I'm going to sort and wrap potatoes for seed potatoes for next year, and Chris is working on the little partition walls for the bathroom and the utility room. But before I go out there, I just want to ask you to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. We really appreciate the support, and it does help a lot. So I'm going to sort through the potatoes. I think any that are even chewed by mice, we're just going to cut the good parts off. We're having a big ham for supper today, so I'm just going to use the potatoes. I'm not throwing them in the garbage or throwing them out. The ones that aren't marked at all but are a little green or misshapen, we're going to use those for seed potatoes next year. So that'll be one more item we don't have to buy next year. So I'm going to go get started with that. It's a really windy day. I just saw Chris out back. He's trying to tack another tarp around the chicken tractor for the meat birds that are out there. We're going to have to harvest them pretty soon, and hopefully not going to be doing that out in the snow. He went and helped some other folks harvest their chickens yesterday, and again, it's just, we've only done it once ourselves, so you help someone else out and it's good practice as well. So, and you get to see they did things a little bit differently, so you get to see how someone else does it. So that's always helpful, and he can be a help to them, and watching them was helpful to him. So anyway, let's go outside and see what we can get done today. Again, not too happy about the tiny house being like food storage right now, cold storage, but as soon as he gets these partition walls done, we can start tongue and groove. And boy, am I going to be excited about that. Well guys, the banana thing is not working. I think we might have to take these in on the counter and leave them in the sun in the tiny house, because this isn't working. It's probably too chilly out here. No, I guess I could bring the table that we use for slaughtering the chickens, the stainless steel table, and put it here in front of the window so they get the sun. And by we, of course I mean Chris. I'm always saying, we should do this, we should do that, and you know that means you, because I am pretty useless these days. My goodness. Yeah, so we're gonna have to put those tomatoes either inside in the tiny house in the sun, in the window, because it does get so warm. It's not a sunny day today, but we'll do that maybe. It's just that it takes up so much space, darn it. Anyway, gonna have to figure this out and get these tomatoes ripened up. We forgot to get spray foam in town the other day to do some touch-ups here, so gonna have to do that. But anyhow, I don't know where Christopher is now. I came out here to do potatoes and I need some light or something and a stool. But I'm gonna have to do it over here by the window so I have some lighting. So I've kind of got all set up here for a cripple. I've got a pail on top of a pail. I'm gonna sort through these. So this one is really not marked. It's got a little bit of green, so I'm gonna use that for seed potato. Some of these, like that, I'm just gonna cut the bad part off and have them for dinner tonight. These ones here, and again, that one. This one I'm gonna use for seed potato, so I'm gonna wrap it in newspaper. Look at these mice, got so many of them. That's really disappointing. Very, very disappointing. That goes in the rotten pile. This one I think I'll use for seed. And then I'm gonna put all the little ones in a bowl here, wash them. And then I'm gonna try and make a stew in the next couple of days so that I can use those up. I guess this is what Grandma used to do, or the cripples like me. So guess we'll get some newspaper. And we've been saving newspaper lately too, because we usually do in the winter. anyway, and roll them up in newspaper. That's what we saw in one video anyway. So seed potato gonna go in this box here, and just keep doing that. Some of them are actually pretty big. Just try to set it up here so that I don't have to do too much bending. This is not too hard on my back. But see, that one's got little marks on it. If I use them right away in a stew, I can cut those bits off. All these little ones. And I might do some roasted potatoes. I might just cook a bunch of them and then use them for home fries. So yeah, if anybody can help us out, the mice really got the potatoes. We would have had a really good crop of potatoes if it hadn't been for that. So if anybody has any advice, just let me know. Because like I said, this was a huge experiment this year, and I'm still really happy. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm going to take a chance that this one's going to be good for seed potato. Again, somebody will probably go, no, don't put that in there, but I'm going to do it. So, yeah, look at this. Very, very disappointing. So, like these are the bad pails. We have all the good stuff over on a rack over there drying. And so we did separate them for the most part already. But very disappointing. I think maybe these ones that are marked that I can cut apart right away, maybe I will cut them into small pieces and make home fries or something. Like I saw somebody online was mixing them with peppers and onions and then freezing them for like home fries sort of thing. So I might do that with all these ones that, because there's too much for dinner, but I could do that. Yuck. These ones that are bad are already starting to smell, so it's pretty yucky, but they'll all go in the compost. Maybe end up with potato plants in the compost next year. Who knows? But these ones that, like, there's so much of the potato is still good, I'll cut the bad stuff off and maybe make some home fries for the freezer. This one's got quite a bit of green on it, so I'm going to put it in the seed box. That one's not there. We start keeping newspaper this time of year anyway to have some to light the stove. And my dad says, who needs newspaper to light a stove? I do. That might be okay. Nice little teeny ones that I love for stew or soup. I hate it when this bowl sounds like a gong. I do that all the time. It makes me crazy. Yeah, see that one? Almost a good potato except for one little side, so I will cut those right away today. I guess I could have done it a couple days ago, but I didn't realize how many there was. So, get it done today. I'll just fill the sink up with water, get what I can, and go from there. And there's not too much in here. It's good. Our little dog loves potatoes, but the vet said not to let her have them because she's too fat. He'd probably say the same thing about me if he was brave enough. Look at the owner and look at the dog, right? Keep your mouth shut. Don't like that noise. Oh my goodness. See, this one is a big potato. It's split, so that could be just from growing quickly. I don't know. This one's a little green, so I'm going to use it for a seed potato. This is a good one. I gotta keep an eye on that staff. Holy moly. And again, this looks like a good potato. Look at the hole right there. Oh my goodness. So we gotta figure out what's doing that. And I don't know. I think this will make a good seed potato because it's got so many little shoots. Some of them are actually look like they're starting to sprout already. So, gotta keep it. We'll see. It's a we'll see potato. You guys know, anyway and we'll see are something that I say non-stop. I'm sure you figured that out by now. We all have our habits, don't we? Now look at this funny potato too. It's almost like 3 potatoes, but look at that got eaten here and it split here, probably from when it was dry and then went really warm. And then there's another wormhole right there. Something bored into it. Making me cranky. See this one, I'm just going to cut the ends off both and use those in the kitchen right away. This I think is too big, so I'm not going to use that for a seed potato. Too much damage. Don't think they can be damaged. I'm not too sure about this. It looks like it's already dry, so I'm going to take a chance. Like I say, this is an experiment, and you know, if the whole box ends up rotting, we're going to know, because there's nothing like the smell of rotting potatoes. That's for sure. If you walk in their house or something, you're like, what is that smell? It's probably rotting potatoes. So these were in the bad pail. You gotta keep an eye on your workers, people. My goodness. This one, nothing wrong with that. And again, look at this little tiny one, how green it is. Don't know why. But this has lots of little parts on it too that I think will sprout. So I'm keeping it because it doesn't have any marks on it other than it being green. Another little beauty nugget in the bad pail. Bad workers. Gotta keep an eye on them. A lot of the little potatoes in here are perfect. I don't know why they're in the bad pail. Take it out of somebody's pay. Another perfect one. That one's weird. Now, that's not necessarily... I don't think I'll take a chance on that. Look at the hole bored into that one. If anybody can tell me what's doing that or how to fix it, I would sure appreciate it. Because we need all the help we can get. That one I think I can use right away. Little one. See again. That would be a good green potato, but it's got a hole right straight through the middle. So we had, I think, mice and worms. So I think this one's a little too green to use. So I'm gonna put it in the seed potatoes. It's a nice potato, but I'm hoping we get the garden full next year too. I had made some jokes about the green potatoes being good enough for an ex-husband's soup. Better not give anybody any ideas. This is the second pail I'm halfway through here. So that's the pile I'm going to cook right away. I'm going to cut all the bad stuff off. That's going in the compost, and this is the ones I'm sorting through right now. So the seed potatoes are going in there, and the little ones are going in here. I made stew last year with the tiniest of the tiny potatoes, like didn't have to cut them at all. Oh my goodness, it was so good. It's crazy how sweet it was. You don't really think of potatoes as being that sweet, but the stew is very sweet because of it. The thing with these potatoes that I noticed, like when you grow them yourself, they're so crispy. And the skin on these is so thin, you know, unlike store-bought potatoes where the skin is so thick. Checking on me. The boss is checking on me. I should have been checking on them when they were doing this. Now this one, I don't know if there's anything wrong with that. Gotta keep an eye on your staff, people. I think that can be washed up and it's just fine. Nothing wrong with this one. Perfect little nugget. Oh boy, I think they might have got the pails mixed up. The good pail and the bad pail. Sheesh. All these little ones are, I think they started putting bad ones on top of the good pail. It's so hard to get good help these days. Chris is over there working in the dark. He's working in the dark, framing walls. Don't try this at home, kids. I guess you're a good framer if you can frame in the dark. A lot of grunting and groaning though. Heaving and sighing. Two more perfect little nuggets. The joined twins. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Another nice one, but very green. So that's going in the seed box. I'd rather have too many seed potatoes than not enough, that's for sure. You know, because that's one of the reasons we didn't get that last couple of rows planted, was because Chris didn't have enough, and you know, it was another trip to town, and there were just so many things to do, so he didn't go get more seed potatoes, and of course we keep forgetting because we're all just dirt now. But you know, like I say, I'd rather have too many seed potatoes than not enough. I think they put the bad potatoes in a good one, a good pail. You see, they're all good potatoes on the bottom. I need an overseer. I mean, this potato was in the bad pail. Hello. Those are the ones you pay a fortune for at the grocery store. A fortune. What's that company called? The Little Potato Company? It costs you $10 for a little teeny bag of potatoes. Because they're little, you're actually paying more money for them. Hello, chicken. Are you coming to help? Or are you just coming to pick some potatoes? You can pick the ones in that pail right there. Okay? Is that Gertie? Or Hazel? No, somebody else? We have no idea who's who. Chris says he knows who Mabel is, but I think he's crazy. I think he's been talking to chickens too long. She's just gonna check the whole place out.
Hey, Rusty.
They look like building inspectors, like they're checking every cavity and every 2x4. Look at her, checking the plumbing. Making sure everything's to code. Yeah, coming back. Check it all over. Yeah, up and down. Make sure everything's good. Mm-hmm. Oh, you checking that one? You just checking it? goodness. Yeah. Look at her. She's going back now. Okay. Just getting distracted. Get back to work here. Yep, like I said, I think those field workers started putting good bad potatoes on top of a good pail. You take your eyes off them. Uh-oh. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this one. Is Rusty gonna come in here and poop all over the floor too? Chris is inviting Rusty in. Now that one's so tiny and so green, but I don't think I'll keep it. Well, I'll maybe keep it for Chris's soup. Again. Oops. Oh, another perfect little nugget. I'm gonna have to weigh these and take them out of their pay. My goodness. Another perfect little nugget. What are you doing, chicken? We should mark you. You're a friendly one. Yeah. Perfect potato. Oh my goodness, it isn't perfect. Look at the hole bored into it. Isn't that terrible? And look at this nice big one. This is a good potato. I'm gonna weigh these and take them out of your pay. Holy moly. Call that temp company that sent those workers. Hello? Oh. This was underneath all the bad ones. We gots to have a talk with the staff. If you know what I mean. Merv. Another perfect one. It's either a heart or a bum, I'm not sure. Heart or bum. I think you're going to lose a day's wages by the time I'm done here.
Well, those are going on that rack over there, then, eh? Those good ones?
Yeah, yeah. Some of them you have to look really close because,
It's like full wormholes.
yeah, they look like beautiful potatoes until you look closely. But, it's too bad. We'll definitely have to do some research and figure out.
Mice and worms.
Yeah, mice and worms. I look like an old school marm when I make that face. My not too impressed face. So these good ones will go over onto the rack over there that's in the dark. So this is the little potatoes, the good little potatoes. Hello?
Oh, yeah.
And look at these ones. Look at these big ones over here that were in the bad.
They're nice.
Yeah, they're nice. Okay. This this is a goofy one, but I'm going to keep it for a seed potato because you usually cut them anyway. And I think I could cut this in half and get 2 seeds out of that. My battery died, so I had to hobble all the way out there. It's like trying not to hit the chicken poop with my crutches or my air boot. Because I was sleeping with my air boot on, so I don't really want to be dragging chicken poop into my bed. Please, somebody tell me what to do about that. Look at the size of this thing. And look at the whole... this little green one I'm going to save for a seed potato. Nothing wrong with it. Chris is just putting some heat over here. I told him he could just put the chicken heat lamp above me for a little while. Oh, I forget when I lean forward how much it hurts my ankle. Another perfect little nugget. I tell you. And I know I've seen people harvesting their potatoes and they don't have any of that. So there must be some way of keeping whatever it is, worms or whatever it is, from doing that. I just don't know what it is. I mean, I'm still very happy with this root stock method, and I'm really happy with the way things turned out and the amount of potatoes that we got because of how little work it was. Last year, Chris had so much cutting on the property to do, and he really, when he bought this property, couldn't even see the lay of the land. It was so overgrown. So all that stuff that he cut, he staked out that 30 by 40 foot patch and piled all the hay, layers and layers and layers of it, onto that rectangle in preparation, because you have to do it the year before. This one's just got a little bit of green on it. I guess I'll use it for a seed potato. After talking so much on camera about feeding toxic potatoes to the ex-husband, we sure wouldn't want him to get sick from them now, would we? Holy moly, it'd take about 15 seconds for the authorities to start looking at me. I mean, anybody that knows me knows I'm kidding. If it was gonna happen, it would have happened a long time ago. A lot of people are laughing right now. And another perfect little nugget. We're gonna be about 500 shots of me saying perfect little nugget. I mean, look at this. This is the perfect, and there's a few that are almost perfect, but those were all in the bad pail. Yeah, we definitely are gonna have to do some research into the worms and the mice. I mean, we know how to catch mice. Chris is catching mice all over the place here. But whatever the worms are, I'm gonna have to do something about that. Like I say, overall, I'm really happy with this method of, like, I just don't, we don't have time for hilling and, you know, digging and, oh, we're too old to dig. We're just too old. So, I have no inclination to be digging holes to plant potatoes when you can do it this way. Now, maybe the worms don't get them when you dig holes. I don't know. Again, if anybody can tell me, please do. This is all the way to us. I did plant some potatoes and raised beds in one of the properties in town one year, and we had 300 pounds of potatoes from like really a small area. So I was really impressed with that, but that's the only time I've ever done that, and it's not really the same. You know, in the city you have to do all kinds of alternative ways of doing things because you have such little space. Whereas when you're out here and you have lots of space to do big 30 by 40, like the yard was probably 30 by 40 total in the city. So when you're out here and you can just pick a spot and have a 30 by 40 foot potato patch, that's a pretty big area compared to what we have in the city. So, but I can't imagine. I mean, we dug holes to plant trees and everything, and that was enough work for this old woman. That's for sure. That's a little green sucker. Almost done here with the bad ones. Good thing I sorted through them. Green. Oh well, like I said, hopefully this experiment with putting these away for seed will work, and it'll mean one more thing not having to be purchased in the spring. And we all know that scary times are coming. So that's a good seed potato, I think. Look how green it is on that side. So not having to buy seed potatoes next year will be a very good thing. Now I sound like Martha Stewart. My youngest son used to say, "Do you have to Martha Stewartize everything, Mum?" And I would say, "Yes, I do." Yes. Yes would be the only answer to that, wouldn't it? Seriously? Almost at the bottom. Another perfect little potato that would have been, you know, little potato company. Well, I think that's that. One red potato. So this is the potatoes that the bad foreign workers, field workers, threw in the bad pails. This is the actual bad stuff, so that's 2 pails of bad stuff. And these ones I am going to wash and cut all of them tonight. So we'll have some for supper, and then I'll use the rest to make home fries. So I ended up with 2 pails of bad potatoes instead of 3. So that's not too bad. And these ones I'll make some stew, and maybe we like to put those ones in tin foil with butter and salt and pepper and just roast them whole like that. And then they're just awesome. And then again, if you want to throw them in a frying pan, leftovers when they're cooked like that, they're awesome that way too. So anyway, I'm going to try and get these. I'm going to put these ones and this bowl here over onto the rack to cure. That's what you do with all your potatoes. You put them on a rack in the dark to cure. It toughens up the skin so they will preserve better. And with any luck at all, next year there will be a root cellar to put them in. So, but we didn't get a massive amount anyway, unfortunately. We did get quite a few. Just show you in a second. I'll hobble over there and show you the ones that we have curing on the rack. So this is what Chris was doing while I was sorting the potatoes. Now you can see the reason that 2x6 is there. That's where the ceiling is dropped in the bathroom for the bathroom fan, to make room for the bathroom fan. These pipes are the vents that are going to be a low vent and a higher vent. They're supposed to be one up by the ceiling for the fresh air for the wood stove, which is going to be going on this wall. So he's just putting this stud in here and holes for the wiring for the fan and the light for the bathroom. So this ended up being a 2x6 wall here instead of 2x4 in order to put this pipe in the wall here. That way the vents are going to be on the partition wall rather than have them on that wall, because those big 1x2 foot tiles are going on this wall and I do not want to have to cut holes for vents in them. So it's better to put them here. I probably am going to put one tile out this way to make that side of the wall non-combustible, but not out that far. I'm not gonna cut them. So there we have this partition wall done. And now he just has to do the same thing over at the other end, and then we've got an opening here for a 30-inch door. It's a 32-inch opening because we get the kits that have the frame and everything for a 32-inch door here, or 30-inch door, sorry. 30-inch door down in the utility room, and then my bedroom, we still have one barn door in storage like we have in the current tiny house, so we're going to put a barn door on my bedroom, only because it means again using up something that's in storage and not having to buy a door for in there. So anyhow, pretty exciting. I'm gonna go clean those potatoes up for supper now. I have a ham in the oven. So those are the potatoes that I just sorted from the bad ones. This is the red potatoes that we got, and then we've got 3 shelves here of white potatoes. So once these have cured, maybe another week. It's really dark in here once the door is closed, and that's why he's putting newspaper here so the light doesn't shine on these. So we will sort these, clean them off a bit better, and store them for the winter. So this is what I managed to salvage from that pail of potatoes. Glad I sorted through them today. If they aren't the kind that slice really nicely after they're boiled, if they fall apart, I might just mash them and put them in a container so we have mashed potatoes for another night when we make chicken and gravy or something. Well guys, I think that's it for today. We're having some awesome potatoes for supper, and it was kind of boring watching me sort through those, but hopefully you got a little bit of information from it, and that will help you either grow potatoes, sort potatoes, or seed potatoes or something. Or if anybody's watching, you can help me with the worms and the mice. Any advice is appreciated. So I just want to ask you to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends, and we'll see you next time.